High-quality, scientifically based classroom instruction is what our after-school reading classes are all about. At Smart Academy, every student receives high-quality, research-based instructions in reading. Ongoing student assessment. Universal screening and progress monitoring provide information about a student's learning rate and level of achievement, both individually and in comparison with the peer group. These data are then used when determining which student needs closer monitoring or intervention. Throughout the reading process, students' progress is monitored frequently to examine student achievement and gauge the effectiveness of the curriculum. Decisions made regarding students' instructional needs are based on multiple data points taken in context over time. Achieve 3000 is a web-based tool for supporting reading comprehension and writing proficiency. It supports differentiated instruction and uses a collection of non-fiction news and current event stories to support the curriculum. Students read news stories on the same events and follow the same 5-step literacy sequence, but activities are matched to students' individual learning profile. Students typically read 3 articles per day and then work on accompanying activities such as multiple choice questions, poll questions, written responses, etc. Ongoing formative assessments are built into the product. What are you reading about?
The Skywalk boat over the Grand Canyon.
What do you mean the sky? What is it about?
It is about this glass. It's glass, and you look down. It kind of makes people scared, but it's a Grand Canyon under it, and it's a walk of glass.
So what are you reading about?
A mess at sea.
A mess at sea? What type of mess?
When everything goes into the water because of a hurricane.
Oh, I see. It was a hurricane that created a mess at sea?
Yes.
What was one of the most interesting things that you found out or that you loved to know about that you couldn't believe was in this story?
Everybody's stuff went inside the water.
And that was interesting to you? Very good. Do you know where this happened?
Japan.
I see. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm reading about a glass that they put over the Grand Canyon to help prevent accidents from happening.
What do you mean help prevent accidents?
Like for people who are traveling over the Grand Canyon to see something, or they might get hurt right there.
So what's the glass for?
It's to help protect.
I see. And where is it over the Grand Canyon? Is it like can they walk on it? Is it in front of it? Where is it?
They can walk on it.
They can walk on the glass? So it's like a glass bridge?
Mm-hmm.
I see. What do you think about that? Is that interesting, or what do you think about it?
I think it's good
Why?
because it helps prevent accidents.
I see. What other stories have you read about on Achieve 3000?
Planets, cheerleading.
So, are you searching for the stories that you want? Oops, sorry. Are you searching for the stories that you want to read, or are you assigned those stories?
I'm searching for them.
So you're searching for only the things you want to read about?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you feel that's good, or do you feel the teacher should assign you something to read?
I feel that that is better for us to choose
Why?
because we don't want to be reading something that you don't like.
Oh, so it's easier for you, I say, to read about what you want to read about? So what kind of things do you search for?
Cheerleading. I like space.
Nice. Okay, very good. What are you reading about?
Running on the world.
What do you mean running on the world? What does that mean?
It's like you're running and you're running over the world. You're running around the world.
Oh, you're gonna run around, or people run around the world?
Yeah, and I heard about this girl when she ran 300 miles long.
Wow, what do you think about that?
I think it's cool because nobody ever ran 300 miles long.
Wow, but do you think she was tired? Do you know how long it took her?
It took her a lot of minutes.
Oh, I see. And were you assigned that story, or did you search that out by yourself?
Assigned the story.
You were assigned the story? The teacher told you to do that story?
No.
Well, how'd you find the story?
I looked and I put world and I saw it, so I just put it on there.
Oh, so you searched up world and that story came up. Why did you want to read about that?
Because I wanted to learn, because my mom told me I can learn about it because we were learning about it in Shortledge.
I see. So that's what you're doing?
And in Shortledge, we used to run tracks.
I see. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hi, and what are you reading about?
Rhinos.
Rhinos? What about rhinos? What did you find out about them?
There's some white rhinos.
There are? Wow. And what is one of the most interesting things that you found out that you're like, oh, I didn't know that? What did you find out about?
Well, I actually didn't know there were white rhinos. I didn't know there were white rhinos. I thought there were gray. I thought there were only gray rhinos.
So you found out there were white rhinos. Wow. Now, why did you read the rhino story? Is this something that you were assigned to do? Teacher told you to do this, or did you look it up?
I looked at it.
Why?
Because I think rhinos are interesting.
Oh, I see. Now, do you think it's better that I allow the children to search for their stories, or you think I should assign you a story to read?
Search for their story.
You think they should search for it? Why do you think it's best?
Because it's what they want to read about, and what if it's something that they're interested in.
So you think it's better for children to read about something they're interested in? And what are you reading about?
Well, I'm trying to send something to someone on emails, and I hope they get it because it's gonna be a joke.
Well, wait a minute. You're sending an email to who?
Well, I saw your name, Mr. Pritchett.
So you're going to send me an email.
Yes.
Well, let's tell the audience what happens. Achieve 3000 allows students to send emails to everyone in their class, including their teacher. So you're going to send me an email and you're going to send me a joke?
Yep.
Okay. So one thing about the emails, what do you have to do to send emails? Tell me.
Well, first you have to go right here on right there, and then once you get it, it'll
says
pop
my
up.
mailbox?
Yep, and then
Okay.
it'll pop up right there.
Uh-huh.
And then you click right there, and then once you do that, then you'll see the email list where you can find the names. And then once you find the name that you want to send it to, the person to, then you just click their name and you just type in an email.
Okay, so one thing about this, let's tell everyone at home watching this, and those people who are listening to this or watching this on the internet, the email allows you to still read and write. You have to write the email and you have to read the names, and then when they send an email back to you, you have to
Respond.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I'm looking forward to reading your joke.
I will.
Okay, bye-bye. Hi, what are you reading about?
I'm reading about hurricanes.
And what hurricane are you reading about? Any place that affected people?
Nope.
What state were you reading about?
Hawaii.
Hawaii. So there was a hurricane near Hawaii?
Yes.
And why did you read that story?
To describe about hurricanes.
You wanted to know about hurricanes? Okay, now, what did you find out about hurricanes?
I found out the middle of the ocean, the hurricane twirls the whole ocean around in the middle of the ocean.
Wow, that makes it pretty dangerous, and the winds are very high, huh?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you something. Why did you read that story?
So I can know information about hurricanes.
Oh, I see. Now, were you assigned that story by me, or did you look that story up on your own?
Look that story about on my own.
Why did you do that?
Because I'm in the 3rd grade now.
You're in the 3rd grade, and what? You wanted to know about hurricanes?
Yep.
I see. So that's very good. Now, do you think I should assign you a story, or do you think you should be able to look them up and find them on your own?
Look them up on my own.
Why?
Because
Why do you want to look them up? Tell the truth.
I'm in the 3rd grade.
Okay, you're in the 3rd grade. You think 3rd graders know what to find and read about? Oh, and then did you find something you wanted to know about?
Yes.
Okay, that sounds good. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Right now I'm reading Welcome New Turtles, and I'm doing the after reading plot, and I'm answering the question right now.
What type of questions are you answering?
So I'm answering what is the best way to help the green turtles?
I see. And what do you think is the best way to help them?
I think the best way to keep the place where the other green turtles have laid the eggs, so other animals don't try to eat them. Because I think that's the reason why they're going extinct.
Oh, I see. Now, how did you find this article that you're reading?
Well, yesterday somebody talked about turtles, and it reminded me about how much I loved thinking about turtles. So I decided I was gonna go to achieve 3,000, type in turtles, then find something find a book about turtles that I would like to read.
And that's what you've done? And so what was one of the most interesting things you found out about turtles?
That some of them are going to extinct, like the green sea turtle, things like that.
I see. Okay. What other articles have you read on Achieve 3000?
It's Flying by the Sun.
What's Flying by the Sun?
It's about a plane that uses solar cells to power the plane, and the sun is a solar power, so it's using the sun's power to keep the plane moving and charged through the entire world. So, one of them, the first one was covered with solar cells, and it flew around a little bit of America. The second flight, they hope to have a second flight which will fly around the entire world.
What's the story that were you reading about?
The White House getting new solar panels.
And what did you find most interesting in that story?
They are getting 25 to 75 new solar panels
I see. Now, how did you find that story?
by going on my lessons.
And you searched it up?
Yes,
And then you clicked on it. What was it that was interesting? Why did you stop at that story?
because it tells about White House getting a lot of solar panels and having a lot of energy and electricity.
I see. Okay. You think it's better for the teacher to assign you something to read, or for you to search for something on your own?
For me to search stuff on my own.
Why?
Because you can pick whatever article you want to read and lesson.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And what are you reading about today?
A 5-year-old getting his dream of becoming his favorite superhero.
And tell me a little bit, what was that story about?
He was sick with a disease. He went to make a wish. He went to make a wish thing that sometimes pick out a person.
Right, the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yes. And he got to be Batman for one day. One whole day.
How did that story make you feel?
Actually kind of happy.
Why?
Because a sick kid got to fulfill his dream at only 5.
I see. And how did you find that story?
Just looked up Batman. And it
No.
said Batman for a day.
Our Smart Academy after-school program extends its reach into the classroom to every single student that attends our program. By using differentiated instruction, our philosophy is simple: teaching students one-on-one at their level and stretching them with complex text so that they can reach their maximum potential and meet the demands of college and career. Students can log in at home, in the car, on the phone, on the tablet, or anytime when they're on the go. Developing the literacy capacity of all our learners through anytime, anywhere learning has never been easier or beneficial to so many. Lead, achieve, succeed. That's Warner Elementary School.